Welcome to this episode of the podcast, The Centerville Business Beat, produced by Tri-Level Productions. The Centerville Business Beat is a fun and interesting conversation with area businesses about the challenges and successes of serving the Centerville, Ohio community. Here's your host and producer, Terry O'Brien.
Oh, well, we are back. It is April. We're here with the April Spotlight Business of the Month for the Heart of Centerville.
That is correct.
And you are a delight to be with. We spent some time earlier on. Let me introduce you. You are Becky Ehling.
That is correct, too.
From Miracle Method.
Yes.
So far, I've gotten everything right.
You've got everything right.
And you are the Spotlight Business of the Month because you provide kitchen and bath resurfacing.
That's correct. Surface refinishing.
So I got 1,000 things I want to ask you because I deal with these kind of resurfacing issues all the time.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about Miracle Method. Where are you based out of?
My office and showroom is close to the intersection of Bigger and Clio, so here in Centerville.
So you have a showroom.
Absolutely.
People can walk in the door. They go,
Sure
look, I love that, Becky. That's what I want.
They can see all of our colors. They can see examples of work we've completed.
Right.
It's important, I think, to touch and feel when you're talking about something that's going to go in your home. So this gives you a chance to do that.
So I am... Right, I'll put up some pictures of some examples as we talk so people aren't completely unaware of what we're talking about. So you have an office based in Centerville. You're a Heart of Centerville member.
Yes.
But you're a franchise.
That is correct.
So a lot of Heart of Centerville members aren't franchise members, right? That means they either got their little grass cutting service or they're an electrician or they're something like that. You actually belong to a bigger group of folks who are doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
All right. And do you find being a franchise refreshing, easy to do because you have other people tackling the same problems?
You have other people tackling the same problems. I am partnered with the Columbus franchise, and so
you guys are partners.
Yes,
owned by the same person. Okay,
correct. And they're a wealth of knowledge on their own, but also Miracle Method is the largest surface refinishing company in Northern America.
Really?
So we have a lot of information we can get and things to help us learn and continue to grow and venture into new things.
Okay. Let's start with what the product actually is, because just for those folks watching out there, you'll go into an older house where maybe the bathtub is bad or the tile around the bathtub is bad, and you guys actually come in. You don't strip off the tile.
No.
You resurface. You put something over top of it.
That is correct. So my process isn't going to involve any demolition. I'm working with what you have.
Yep.
I am repairing what you have.
Okay.
How we do that is by applying a top coat, which is an acrylic urethane. So that's the very last step, but that's what we're using to change the cosmetic appearance or the color.
So if I have tiles, right, the little square tiles, are those tiles hidden, or is it just a flat surface now, or do you still see the tile part?
You can see the shape and the outline of the tile, but your grout lines themselves are going to be fully encapsulated, so that way it's easier to clean.
Ah, okay. Well, that's
bonus
great.
Bonus points.
And bonus points. So getting to cleaning, is that just you simply wipe it off? There's nothing special you need to do to this?
No, the only thing you want to make sure to do is not scrub it. So avoid anything that's abrasive, like bleach. Outside of that, all of your green cleaners, your standard household cleaners, all fine.
All right, so we've talked about the wall. And usually when you do this, I'm sure you change out the hardware, right? You give them refresh look on the hardware?
We do not.
Can you?
We cannot.
Okay.
My technicians are not licensed plumbers.
Oh, okay.
So in order to start talking to what I call the guts, which are behind, you need a plumber to do that for you. So what my technicians will do is once the hardware is in place, they're going to mask around it.
Oh,
so
okay.
We're big on masking and drop cloths and all of the things because we may not be applying our coatings on every surface.
Sure.
And some of those surfaces might be you just did a new floor. So we make sure to help with that.
All right. So let's make sure I got the whole spectrum of things you guys do. You do walls. Do you do bathtub resurfacing as well?
Absolutely.
Okay. So tell me about the bathtub, because bathtubs are usually porcelain, right?
They can be.
Or I guess the older bathtubs are porcelain.
They so you're going to have cast iron.
Yeah.
You're going to have steel. You're going to have fiberglass. You're also going to have acrylic.
So if I have a crappy bathtub that's just looks awful, you guys can come in and within how long will it take you to do the process?
For a standard tub, I just need 2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
And I'm back in the
That's it.
tub with
And you're back in the tub 24
rubber
hours
duck
after.
and the whole works.
You know it. And some bubble bath. and some bubble bath.
And some wine or whatever.
Whatever, however, chocolates, no judgment here.
All right, so you do walls, you do tubs. What about vanities?
Absolutely.
What do you do for a vanity? You just replace it?
No, I'm going to put my coatings on it.
What do you mean you're going to put your
So
coatings on?
if you, same idea as the tiles or standard wall surrounds, we're going to spray the coatings on with an HLVP gun.
Yeah.
And we're going to change the color. So say you have stained Formica, outdated Formica. A lot of times with cultured marble, you'll see what's called thermal shock in the sink bowl itself.
Yeah.
We fix that. That way you don't have to rip it out and get a new one.
Really?
Yep. One less thing in the landfill.
So I'm assuming if you do vanities in the bathroom, you do kitchen cabinets.
Absolutely. Kitchen cabinets and kitchen countertops.
I bet that's big because so many people just want to go with a gray cabinet now or
Absolutely.
something more modern.
Yep.
Can you give them new doors and paint the cabinets or just take care of the old doors? What do you do?
All of the above.
Oh, really?
So if somebody wants to fully refinish their cabinets, it's going to be that same concept that I talked about for the vanities or for the walls. We also do refacing. So you can do new doors, new hardware, but then we could refinish your cabinet boxes.
Ah, that's great. And you have samples in your showroom and things like that?
Absolutely. So you can touch it, you can feel it, you can see
You're
all the
making me
things.
excited to go. We should have done this at
Come
your
hang
showroom.
out,
I would have loved to
come
see
hang
that. What is that the most popular thing these days? Kitchens?
No, actually, I'm in bathrooms a lot more. I really am, because nobody wants to rip out a cast iron tub.
Oh, I don't.
You never know what you're going to find.
No, I'd be scared to death.
Yeah, when you have homes that were built in the 40s and the 50s, and they were built well.
Yep.
So you don't want to have to take that out, but you might not want that same, I don't know, lovely pink tile or yellow or green.
So is it a rough surface or is it a smooth surface when you're done?
It is not completely smooth. If you do our standard white, like a solid color, then that's going to be smooth, just like the original surface.
You won't tell the difference. It just looks new.
Bright white and shiny.
And tubs are same way.
Yep.
Do you have multiple color options?
I do.
Oh.
I do. So I have different solid color options.
Yeah.
But I can also tend to match any Sherwin-Williams color.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. We did a hot pink tub. Oh. We did a black tub.
Yeah.
So we can do all of the things. If you want to get very unique and a little off the wall, we can do that. Or if you want to just be classic bread and butter with a white tub, we do that too.
I can't think about a pink or black tub. I mean, you know in 10 years' time it's going to be replaced.
Yeah,
They're
that's
going to go,
okay.
that looks old or outdated or doesn't fit or...
They'll call us and then we'll just come in and do a new color again over our coatings because I can do that.
So you really could pick any color that's Sherwin-Williams and match it.
Yeah.
My God, that's great.
Right?
I love that idea.
You can get super unique. Airbnbs especially.
Yeah.
They like to have a shtick or something. So
A
hot pink tub, that's going to get somebody to want to come and stay. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right?
Well, maybe.
Or if it's just difficult to wake up in the morning, it's the first thing you see, bright pink in your face. I don't know.
All right, so when you're doing a bathroom, is there anything in the bathroom you guys don't do? Do you do light fixtures? Or
We do not.
So you leave the ceiling alone?
Correct.
Do you paint?
Walls, no.
So you're going to do the vanities, maybe resurface. What do you do with sinks?
Same thing.
You'll resurface?
Same as we would the tub.
Okay, so and then because you don't do the plumbing, you'll have some plumber come in, or you know some plumbers who can help come in and add the hardware, the new hardware to the sinks.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm getting the picture now. I'm smarter than I look.
See, there you go.
What about flooring?
Tile flooring, I can absolutely do.
Could you do laminate?
No.
Don't want to do laminate.
No.
Is laminate, because laminate is not that popular in a bathroom.
Well, and I don't want to put my coatings on that. I would rather bond to the original surface.
Yeah.
So one of the things, I haven't even touched on this, that makes Miracle Method different from others in our space is our bonding agent. I want to be able to use my bonding agent on your original surface.
And how hard is that bond? Is it? Can I take a chisel and knock it off, or is it pretty, like, once it's in there, man, this stuff is good?
I am using science, literally using science, and I create a bond on a molecular level with my bonding agent. It's 2 parts. We mix it on site. It goes on. Then the coatings go on.
And just curious, how long does that smell last in a house?
So I'm supposed to say 48 to 72 hours.
Yeah.
But as the coatings are evolving and changing, I find that that's definitely lessening.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's a pleasant surprise. We set up ventilation as well. We make sure that we do everything to make it as comfortable while you go through the uncomfortable.
Right. So now I think I'm finally getting the picture for those folks who are following me. You're not putting down new flooring.
Nope.
Right? You're not putting down laminate. If I say, hey, I want my bathroom to have laminate, but I want you're resurfacing anything that can be resurfaced in the bathroom.
Correct.
So if there's flooring, tile on the floor.
Or on the walls.
On the walls, yeah. You can go in and you spray it on.
Correct.
And then you wait 48 hours and you come back in and you've got yourself a miracle cure.
I can typically do most jobs, all of the coatings applied on day 1.
Yeah.
Return on day 2 to do a detail. We buff and we polish your tub. We take down any of our paper and plastic, all of our masking that we had up, and then it's 24 hours after that you can use. So
That seems so quick.
It is.
I mean,
It's
compared
convenient.
to a bathroom remodel, which took
Forever.
4 weeks.
Yeah. No.
And that was a guy here every day.
Yeah, I'm not doing that to you.
You're not doing
I'm
it
not
to
doing
me.
that to you.
Well, I'm
for
glad
a
you're not gonna
tub,
do that.
like just for a tub,
Yeah.
4 to 5 hours. If we're doing the surround as well, whether it's tile or fiberglass, whatever,
Yeah.
6 to 8 hours.
And
That
how
we hang
thick
out for
is
the
that
first
coating?
day.
Is it
Millimeters.
no? So you
Yeah,
really can't.
super thin.
Okay, so it's not going to shrink my tub by a lot.
No, not at all. It's so much better than the people that are like doing the overlays and that. You're not losing space
You're
that
losing a
way.
ton of space with the overlays.
Yeah, not with me.
Yeah. So you have this business going in, and when did it start?
So the Columbus franchise started in '99.
Columbus started in 99. Okay.
And they've always been servicing the Dayton area,
Yep.
but my office did not open until 8 years ago. So always servicing, just
Yeah.
not a brick and mortar.
And how long have you been with them?
Like 3 years now?
Okay, so you're the area man for the Dayton area manager, is that correct?
The office manager, yep.
Office manager. If somebody wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
They can go to our website,
Which is?
miraclemethod.com/Dayton.
Okay, / Dayton. Don't go to those Columbus guys.
Don't go. I mean, it's all the same. It's all the same. We play very well together.
Yeah.
They can give me a call. My number is 937-230-5360. They can stop by my showroom and
Yep.
hang out with me.
Oh, they can hang out.
They
which
can
is
hang out with me and
Yeah.
see all of our fabulous things. I'm at 1792 South Metro Parkway here in Centerville.
Which is off Bigger and Clio.
Correct.
Okay. Let me ask you a few more questions about the business before I get into the heart of Centerville.
Okay.
We were talking about what your territory is, and your cutoff is Springboro.
Centerville.
Centerville.
I don't go any farther south.
So,
I go
there's
north.
another company who's another franchise that does Springboro.
Yep.
So if somebody's listening to this and they're in Lebanon,
The
you're-
Lebanon people. Give Cincinnati a call. They will take good care of you.
okay, but basically if you're in the Dayton north, south, east, and west, you're good.
All good.
Okay, and you have a lot. You told me you have about 4 or 5 qualified contractors or technicians that work for you guys who know how to do this stuff like the back of their hand.
Correct. All of my technicians they're my employees. I
Right.
don't subcontract out anything. They're all licensed. They're background checked. They're all
Yeah,
the
that's
things.
important.
Well, especially because I'm doing both residential and commercial work.
Which one do you do
And
more of?
It's really an even mix. It
Yeah?
just depends on the time of year.
What do you mean?
So, of course, you're not having people in your home to do things to your kitchen or your bathroom around the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
people
those
don't
kind
want
of
that.
things. So it's
Yeah.
the natural versus University of Dayton, on the other hand, during winter break.
Could you imagine
They
going
need
into
some
a
attention.
dorm room and doing this? You know that stuff's going to be beat up every 3 years.
Not my stuff.
Not your stuff?
Not my stuff.
I mean, not your stuff, but the kids are going to abuse bathrooms.
Sure.
So you're going to go in, you make it look new.
Yeah.
And you're going to go back in
We've done
again and
that.
make it look new.
No, we only had to do it once.
Only have to do it once.
Only had to do it once.
You are a miracle.
Yeah. That's why we keep going from different dorm hall to different dorm hall within UD, because we.
Oh.
We have things that stand up to college kids, right?
I've been in those places. I'm not sure. All right, so you say you're a fraction of the cost.
Absolutely.
You're a fraction of the time.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that would say, hey, maybe this isn't a good fit for me?
For anybody who might be sensitive to smells, that can be something. It's never a deal breaker.
Yeah.
We can bring in air scrubbers. I view it as a great excuse for a staycation. But outside of that, I mean, no, I'm not.
And 48 hours later, it's gone, most likely or less. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a smell.
Just a smell.
And okay, how do you compete? Just curious from a marketing point of view, how do you compete with the other folks who are doing complete bathroom overhauls? How do they find out about you? Huh?
Customer service.
Yeah, but how does somebody find out about you?
We are a preferred contractor through Angie's List.
Oh, that's big.
We also, of course, get marketing through Facebook, things like that,
Right.
of Google things.
Right.
So,
Now, are you responsible for your own marketing, or is that done through the folks in Columbus?
Through Columbus.
Okay, so they'll take care of you, and they're making sure it trickles into the Dayton market?
Yes, correct.
Okay, I'm sure that's a conversation
Correct.
you have a lot of times, don't you?
I am very excited to continue growing in the Dayton area.
I don't want to get you in any trouble with the franchise folks.
We're going to get my name out there one way or another.
All right, so let's turn the corner a little bit and talk about the heart of Centerville.
Sure.
You've been a member of the heart of Centerville for how long?
Just under a year.
Okay. What made you want to join?
To be perfectly honest.
No, I'd like you to lie to these folks.
Right? I'm not going to lie to you. It did start as an obligation, right?
What do you mean?
What do you have to do to get your business out there? You network. This is what you do. It's like, I have to do these things.
Yeah.
I am not the most social of creatures. So
You're very social.
It was, thank you. So it started as a had to, and then it led to, I love it. And
really?
Now I'm there for coffees on Fridays.
So tell me why you love it.
I like the community that's created. I like the interactions. I love the support. I like the idea that it is other like-minded businesses throwing their support to each other, all in. That's the coolest thing to me.
I agree. We talked a little bit about this before we hit the record button. And, I described the Heart of Centerville as a little bit like a Chamber of Commerce, but with a lot more hugs
Absolutely.
and caring.
Absolutely.
Not that the Chamber of Commerce doesn't. It's more like you've got a whole new group of friends who are here to help you.
Absolutely.
And that's what's great about the Heart of Centerville.
They will have your back.
Have you ever been to any of the events like the parties in the park or anything yet?
I actually volunteered every single one of the events last
You
summer.
volunteered?
Absolutely. I'm the volunteer coordinator now this year, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was it last year?
Yeah, no idea. I should know that.
I should know that, too.
And I don't. That's terrible. I'm so sorry.
I can't remember. I know who it is. I can't remember. Oh.
Well, so it's Mitch is now the director, and then.
Okay.
So
you're helping line folks up for the events to pour beer to
Yes.
make sure everything's going right.
Absolutely.
And if you've never been to a Heart of Centerville event,
You have to go.
gotta go because they're getting, 4,000 or 5,000 people at parties in the park, and then
Absolutely.
And Merchant Market had I think 11, 15,000. I can't remember the numbers, but just a huge amount of work goes into these things.
Oh, no doubt.
And volunteering.
So much planning, so much setting things up, working hand in hand with the city. When I hear about all of the things at the meetings and at coffee, I don't understand how anybody could go to that and not be excited to jump in 2 feet and volunteer and do all of the things because you're hanging out with a cool group of people, but you're also benefiting your community.
Well, some of those people aren't so cool.
They are totally cool.
I mean, I question Jesse. I question Patrick Beckel.
No, not at all.
No, they're good guys. I'm just teasing.
And you've got to love his happy hour cigars.
Oh, you gotta love those.
Gotta love.
Do you ever go? You ever smoke a cigar?
I do not, but
Okay.
I have gone and I have hung out, but no cigar smoking for
Patrick,
me.
you need to get her hooked on
What are you doing?
Stogie.
What are you doing?
All right, so we've talked about the business. We've talked about your products. We've talked about the Heart of Centerville. Is there anything that I should have asked you?
Yeah.
What?
You didn't ask me what else I can do in bathrooms that isn't refinishing.
Oh, let's talk about this. What else can you do in a bathroom that's not? Is this bathrooms in kitchen or just bathrooms?
Just bathrooms.
All right, tell me.
Well, I guess technically it could. So, bathing accessibility.
What does that mean?
For people who need a walk-in shower but maybe can't remove their tub kind of situation. So we're going to cut out the face of the tub to make it a step through instead of a step over. So that way you don't have to pull everything out and get like a walk-in or a roll-in shower.
My
do grab
father-in-law
bars.
just moved in with me, and we're struggling with those issues right this very minute.
So now we have 2 things that I'm coming back to look at.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. So
Okay.
accessibility, which is fantastic.
Yep.
What else?
Concrete flooring.
Concrete flooring.
Absolutely. Yes. So garage floors, basement floors.
So you're
I can do
resurfacing.
that.
Is it
I
like
can refinish?
You know, I looked at that for my old garage at my old house. It was a lot of money to put the pebble stuff on the concrete floor. Are you doing the same thing?
Similar, but I'm using my materials.
Your
so
materials.
It's going to be more durable. It's going to last longer. Nobody else has my top coat. So, I mean, they might be able to throw the little flakes and do the things, but it's not the same.
Okay, so garage floors, concrete floors. What else in the bathroom or things like that?
So different accessories, whether it's something like a curved shower rod or a new towel bar, we can install those too.
Really? All right. So you're getting close to almost redoing the whole bathroom. There's
That's
a few
the
things
goal.
you don't touch, but you're really getting close.
That's the idea.
Yeah, okay. Well, anything else you want to mention?
I think you've done a good job of keeping me on point and hitting the points.
Well, see, now, she was worried about this
So
whole
worried.
thing. And she thought this was some fancy thing, and it's not a fancy thing. We're just down here having a conversation.
Correct.
So those folks who are lined up for the next podcast,
It's fine.
it's fine. Well, I want to thank you for being the Heart Spotlight Vendor of the Month for April.
Well, I appreciate the honor. It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. Did you get your gown and your crown yet?
No.
You get a whole robe and you get a crown.
Perfect. Okay.
You're gonna look great.
I have no doubt.
And a scepter, right? I can't wait. Well, that's been it for the Centerville Business Beat here with Becky Ehling of Miracle Method,
Got it.
located here in Centerville. And we'll be back with you again in April. No, this is April. We'll
This
be
is
back with you
April.
again in May for the next Spotlight Business of the Month.
Thank you, Terry.
Thanks, folks. Bye.